My name is Shanice Edie, and my presentation, my research question is, how does listening to music while studying positively affect high school students' concentration? This topic really stood out to me because I noticed how common it is for students to wear headphones while studying or doing homework. I wanted to know, are we helping our brains focus or distracting ourselves without realizing it? At first, it may seem like silence would be the best environment for studying, but silence can just be as distracting as noise. When it's too quiet, small things like a ticking clock or someone breathing can become huge distractions. So we turn to music. But I wondered, does it really help us concentrate, or do we just think that it does because we're used to it? I explored this topic through cognitive psychology lens, which focuses on how the brain processes info. The information, specifically attention, memory, and motivation. I look for peer-reviewed studies, psychological journals, and neuroscience articles to guide my understanding. Oh. My thesis is that music can improve study concentration when used correctly. It does this in 4 ways. First, it reduces stress and anxiety. Second, it helps block distractions in noisy or unpredictable environments. Third, it boosts motivation and makes studying more enjoyable. And fourth, music can actually support memory in certain learning tasks, especially when paired with repetition or rhythm. But a key part of this argument is how students use music, because not all types of music are helpful for every task. Claim 1. Music reduces stress. Let's start with stress. When students are anxious, whether it's from tests, deadlines, or just everyday pressure, their bodies release cortisol, a stress hormone that interferes with attention and memory. Music has been shown to reduce cortisol and help regulate the nervous system. According to a 2021 study from the University of Nevada, music with slow tempos and no lyrics can slow heart rates and lower blood pressure. This creates a calming effect that allows the brain to concentrate. Lo-fi beats, ambient sounds, or classical music can create a peaceful environment that lowers stress without being distracting. This is especially important during long study sessions or right before exams when stress is at its highest. Another benefit of music is how it blocks distractions. In a noisy home, school hallways, or public space, it's hard to concentrate when there's talking or movement. According to research from Stanford University, instrumental music activates the brain's attention networks, helping students block out external noise. Music creates a predictable background, which can help the brain focus on one task instead of switching between sounds. However, music with lyrics, especially familiar ones, can interfere with language-based tasks like reading or writing. So the effectiveness of music depends on the task. Instrumental music works best for studying or writing, while upbeat music might help with repetitive tasks like organizing notes or solving math problems. Even when students aren't stressed or distracted, they often lack motivation. This is where music can help by making studying more enjoyable. Listening to music you like releasing dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. According to the Journal of Education Psychology, students who listened to preferred music studied longer and were more likely to return to studying after breaks. This shows that music increases time on task, which is one of the best predictors of academic success. Some students even use playlists as part of a study routine, starting with something upbeat to get in the zone, then switching to calmer songs for deeper focus. Music becomes a reward system which keeps motivation high during long or boring assignments. A lesser known benefit of music is the connection to memory. The hippocampus is a part of the brain responsible for forming memories is activated by music. In one 2020 study published in Frontiers in Psychology, Students who listened to background music while studying showed improved recall during their tests, especially for memorization tasks. Rhythm and repetition in music can help reinforce patterns, which can be helpful for memorizing formulas, vocabulary, or steps in process. That said, it doesn't work for everyone. Some students are easily distracted might benefit, well, some students who are easily distracted might benefit more from silence, but for many, music provides a rhythm that helps structure their thinking and improve memory. It's important to address that the counter argument, the music can definitely be a distraction, especially if students aren't intentional about what they listen to. Some researchers argue that lyrics interfere with comprehension, and they're right. That's why music with words shouldn't be used during tasks like writing essays or reading. But this doesn't mean that music is always bad. It means that students need to be strategic, choosing the right genre, volume, and timing, and that can make music a tool instead of a distraction. Just like we don't read with the TV on, we shouldn't study with the loud, chaotic music. My findings have a real-world implications for both students and schools. Students can use music to personalize their study habits, building playlists based on the type of work they're doing. Schools might also consider allowing music in certain environments like study halls or independent work periods. Music can even serve as a mental health support, reducing anxiety and improving emotional well-being during stressful academic seasons. In conclusion, music when used intentionally can be a powerful tool for improving study concentration. It helps reduce stress, blocks distractions, boosts motivation, and even supports memory in some cases. My research shows that music is not just entertainment, it's a scientifically backed strategy that students can use to build stronger study habitats. Thank you.
All right, 2 questions for you. First up, what evidence did you gather that you didn't use, and why did you choose not to use it?
Some evidence that I didn't I gathered and I didn't decide to use it. Like I found evidence talking about adults and college students, and I didn't use it because I'm talking about high school students. So.
All right, and what advice would you have for people that consider this in the future?
I would say that just look for the credible sources like the academic journals and stuff like that, peer-reviewed stuff.